The California governor recall election is gathering steam. People up and down California held rallies on the street over the weekend. Who are those people, and why it may signal the direction of the recall election?
I'm originally from Iran. I'm a U.S. citizen, a proud U.S. citizen, and I've been here for a long time, and I'm sad to see what's happening to this country and to this state.
So what's
It's not the
concerning
same.
you?
It's been run by liberal, and it's been mismanaged, and it's going down the tube, basically. So we're trying to save it. You know, we're doing everything we can to aware people, but unfortunately we have no outlet to talk our side. Every media is liberal, and their narrative is false. And the narrative is that we're Trump supporters and all this non-true stuff. This is not about politics of the nation. This is about the state. We are trying to get somebody competent, somebody who cares about the state, and somebody who is who knows what he's doing, because Gavin is into himself.
I think it's disappointing to see what's been happening here the last couple of years, especially under this particular administration. Most of community friends of other volunteers, etc., I know that are from other Asian countries, including myself. I lived in the Philippines when we had a dictator running the country, and friends from Vietnam, etc., who've been under communist regimes. It's really, really concerning because there are a lot of things that are in parallel, where the government is telling you how to live your life, and we come here, we live here in the United States to be free. To exercise our own right in terms of what we think is right for us, for our family, etc. And we're seeing that there's a 180 that's happening where it's in reverse. It's becoming or it's mirroring what we left, or what other friends in other Asian countries have left. They don't want to be run by a communist regime or having the government tell us what to do. We want to have, for example, even with the vaccines, informed consent. We want to be able to make the decisions on our own and contribute to society and not be dependent on society, and not have the government run and control our lives every day.
Yeah, so for the Californians who think it's okay, or even think, it's good to share wealth, and so what do you think they're missing?
Well, I think some of them are out of touch with reality. If you see some of I've had conversations with other professionals who have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what's going on in education. They have no idea what's going on the housing front. They have no idea. They're just busy working. And if they don't know, and if the media doesn't really disclose a lot of what we feel are true inequities, then they won't know, and they remain somewhat ignorant of the truth, right? And only when you know the truth do you begin to realize that you have to take a stand and change things. We're number 48 in terms of education. That's not going to be solved by funds. The excuse is that you need more money. And then even in the education realm, the subject matter for children that are, in their elementary school grades, they're teaching about sex education. And it's too young for them. But I don't really think that most of the people there are aware that this is in the curriculum. Right? So there are a lot of things that I think our fellow neighbors and community members are unaware of. And that's why we're here taking a stand, and we're open to educating them about what's going on and why we're out here trying to change things. We've seen how it is in other countries, and that's not what we want for America. That's not what America stood for, and that's not what California stands for. This is supposed to be the land of the American dream, and California has been instrumental in a lot of those dreams, whether it comes to tech, entertainment, biotech, etc., entrepreneurship, venture capital, etc. In fact, even personally, I've taken that model to the Philippines, introducing it, because rather than have people leave their home country, we need to empower them with resources, knowledge, assets, network, etc., so that they can do things in their own home country and not have to leave and break up families.
They used to have a balanced government, more conservative. We watched our tax dollars. We didn't have as much corruption, and we really did have more of a balanced state. But over the years, the hardworking people didn't pay attention to the government. And so people that wanted to be politicians get rich because their politicians took over. And our state has really been ruled by political objectives, not for what is right for the state. So it's very sad. Unfortunately, the awareness of the communist infiltration in the United States is not large. But there are a group of conservatives that are fully aware of the infiltration of communism. And the reason the awareness is not high is because of Facebook, Google. They spread the news. I mean, the people that work for Facebook, half of them are from the H-1B1 visa, half of them are from China. Of course, they're going to censor the conservatives and spread their propaganda. The Chinese and communist China are experts at propaganda. And they've controlled the media. And when I tell my liberal friends, they don't realize the media is totally controlled. They say, oh, no, Wikipedia is not controlled. Yeah, think again. And yet, the conservative news medias are censored. They're demonetized. They're not allowed on Facebook. Look at NTD News. Look at Epoch Times. It's not out there. So most people are not aware. And so we have to use our little groups, to spread the news. And we use Signal, Telegram, everything to spread. And the word is getting out.
I mean, Gavin's making it hard for us to own firearms and supply our firearms with ammunition. He's mandating that we get the vaccine. There are some bothered firefighters down there that are now being forced to get the vaccine. They've been on the front lines for the last 2 years and they've been fine. And now Gavin's saying they have to get the vaccine or lose their jobs. That's crazy.
Released 18,000 felons. 18,000. That's insanity.
Some people say it's
these are violent criminals. Just released out into California, and who knows where they went, what other state they went to, but that's jeopardizing our safety. We can't agree with that.
Do you think the recall is going to solve the problem?
I think what's going to solve the problem is if everyone comes together collectively and reunites. That's what's going to solve the problem. We need unification with everybody, not just the Democrats or not just the Republicans. The Republicans and the Democrats need to come together. We need to have a come to Jesus moment and come together and solve these problems collectively. Otherwise, they'll never get solved. We'll constantly be fighting like this for the rest of our lives, and we don't need that.
And it's breaking up families. We're divided. Some families don't speak to each other because of their stance on politics. It's criminal.
It's divided me. My children won't talk to me.
Really?
I lost my children because of this. Wow. That's why I'm here. I think it stems from the social environment, and a lot of it I think comes from the schools. They took God out of the schools. They took the flag out of the schools. They don't teach U.S. history anymore. We're losing all that. All the reasons that people wanted to come to this country from other countries, we're losing all that. People defected from Russia or China or wherever to come to this country for a better life. The forefathers came to this country for a better life. And now look at it. It's like reverting back to, it's no better than where people are coming from.
That's when I think I lost a lot of my friends too, because although I say, we're Americans, we have a right for a different opinion, you have a right to your opinion, you have a right to your opinion, but for some reason it's like they really hate Donald Trump, the liberals.
People ask me, oh, you're a Trumper. I say no. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in capitalism. I think it's a great form of government, and I believe in God. And Trump just happens to believe in the same things I do. I support his policies, so that's why I voted for Trump. It's not about Donald Trump, it's about what he believes in. He believes in the same things I do. We don't vote for the person, we vote for the policies that they stand behind. And that's how it should be.
So
we're going to win. I think this recall is done. I mean, Gavin Newsom is going out. There is enough people that we're going to get him out. It's sad. Yeah, I used to vote for him. I used to vote for him. I used to send him. I used to be in meetings, giving money to him when he was in San Francisco. I used to like him, and he changed.
So actually, you are maybe Democrat.
I'm in the middle. I'm a Republican, but I'm in the middle. If I listen to both sides, I vote for Feinstein for many years. But I'm in the middle. If I listen to both sides, and if I see what I think is proper, I will go that way.
But now, why you don't think you even want to recall him now?
Because of all the stuff, all the contracts that he's been doing for all the companies, even China, sending $1 billion to get masks to a car company, and nobody questioned him. So and they get paid kickbacks. Everybody knows that. All the pharmaceutical companies are getting kickbacks. Right now, we have all the unions fighting us because they don't want no recall. Why the unions are fighting? Because they're getting paid.
Which candidate you support? Have you decided?
Well, there are two candidates that I'm very supportive of. I don't know if I should, say their names right now, but there are two candidates that I'm supportive of. One happens to be already, working in the government, in the legislative branch here in California, and another one is in media. So
There are two candidates that I'm leaning towards. One is Larry Elder. He is very popular because he has a radio show. He's on TV. There's another gentleman named Kevin Kiley.
At this moment, I'm not sure, but there's a couple people that I'm thinking about it.
Who are they?
Is a gentleman from LA and another person that works in Sacramento for the Republican Party.
So Larry Elder and Kevin Kiley.
Larry Elder. Larry
Oh,
Elder.
Okay.
Larry Elder. Yes.
You already decided.
Oh yeah, I decided.
Why?
Because I like his passion, and I like his policies.